Hey guys, welcome to my birthday goal list. My birthday is this weekend. Last year I didn't set my birthday goals till July, so because I'm like kind of ahead of the game, I'm feeling really good this year. And there's definitely going to be a bit of a theme with my goals. It's all about setting really good habits, I find. There are like some different ways, different rhythms and things I've been doing this year that I've been liking, some that I want to change, and I'm kind of setting a lot of that as different goals. Now, what I like to do each year, and I will often send or ask these questions to friends, put them in birthday cards, send them to like pen pals and stuff. I like to ask myself a bunch of questions, kind of to like reflect on the last year, kind of the same thing that I do in January when I set my own goals, reflect on the last year, think about what I want for the year ahead, and then I kind of create my goals based on my answers. So I went and I spent some time journaling here. I got this really cool little bullet journal. It's just like got dot grid from Dollarama for like $2 or $3 maybe. I really like it. So some of the things I started by doing was like words that I would use to describe the last year. And I'll share some of my answers here. I had exhausting, out of control, and running around were my like main words. And a lot of that has to do with like our foster care situation. It was really out of my hands. I couldn't really do much about that, but those are definitely 3 words I would use to describe the last year, especially the last 9 months. And then I said words I would like to describe this next year. I wrote creative, fulfilling, slow, and fruitful. So those are just words that are coming to my mind. My word for 2022 is enjoy. No, it's not. It's joyful. Yeah, I'm good at this. So I guess I could write that as another word I would like to describe this next year is joyful. And then I wrote some ideas on things I want to do less this year, things I want to do more of this year. Then I specifically thought some specific areas of my life and wrote down a few different things I was thinking. And then I wrote the highlights of this last year and things that I learned this last year. And I think that was it. Yeah. So that was just a little bit of reflection on how this last year has gone, kind of what I want out of the next year. And then from that, I have created 9 goals for myself, but I feel like 10 is such a nice round number. I might add another one in yet, but I'm going to go through the goals that I have and share them with you guys. I always like setting goals because I feel like for myself, this is a way I can kind of like check my progress and my growth as a person. And I like to do that. And maybe it makes me nerdy, but I enjoy it. I did a goal wrap up about a month ago. If you want to watch that, you can see my goals from the last year and how I did with that. And now we'll get into in my 9, maybe eventually 10 goals. My first one is actually to send out 20 postcards. So I shared on my BookTube YouTube channel that I recently got a bunch of postcards, and because I had actually been given a postcard from a booktuber, I realized that was so much fun. I wanted to send out more. So I have been sending out some, and starting now I would like to send out 20 more. So I think that should be easy. I bought 100 in one pack, and then I don't know how many are in the other pack that have like 20 or 50. So I have lots of postcards. I just need people to send them to. Number 2 is I wrote specifically study espionage and personality disorders because those are 2 topics that are really interesting to me right now. But really what this goal is just to intentionally be studying different areas of interest. I have been using my mother journal. Actually, I found out that apparently the term mother culture is trademarked. Who knew that you could trademark such ordinary words and like a common phrase in the homeschooling world? So I've retitled this to a mother's journal, but my copy has the old name. Anyway, I have a space in here where I am recording what I learn in my different areas of study. So currently I'm studying about espionage and writing down different ideas of things that I want to study. And I want to be intentional with just continuing my learning as an adult. I feel like you expect kids to be learning all the time, but we can often forget to keep learning as adults. So that's just something I want to keep doing. Number 3 is to start a nature journal. And it should really be like continue. I've started numerous nature journals, or like one multiple times. But I guess what I should say is start a nature journaling habit. That's probably what I should change it to. Especially this time of year, I get so excited about all the different birds that I see. Like, I used to make fun of my parents for watching the birds out their windows, and now every time I go for a walk, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that bird yet this year, or oh, I gotta look that one up in my bird book when I get home. Yeah, I've become that person, and I can't draw at all. So my nature journal might be more writing than drawing, but that's okay. I will also try to push myself to draw. I was actually thinking of maybe using this bullet journal as my like all-encompassing journal, having all the things in it. Normally I have like a separate nature journal, I have a notebook where I've been putting my like blackout poetry, and a different notebook for my art journal, and a different notebook for my to-do list and all that. And when I was reading some books by Austin Kleon and following him on Instagram lately, he just has like, well, he has multiple notebooks too, actually, but he keeps so much into one of his, and I was kind of thinking about using mine that same way. So I might give that a try. Maybe I'll incorporate my nature journal into this. And then I could even record a little bit of my studying stuff that doesn't quite fit in here. There's not a ton of space to record like what you're learning necessarily in here. I might record some of that in here. Okay, number 4 is to make time for regular breaks. So I'm thinking like breaks from YouTube, breaks from social media, which currently is just really Instagram for me, and just unplugging, that kind of idea. I want to maybe go ahead right now and pick like a week or two sporadically throughout the year where I'm just going to be like unplugging and just enjoying time away from the internet. I think that would be really good for me. And I'm going to switch my 2 goals around here, because number 6 that I had here was no work on Sundays, and we'll just add that in kind of underneath making time for regular breaks. I've recently changed my booktube posting schedule so that I post on Tuesday instead of Monday, because I was often finding Sunday I was finishing up a video, and I just want Sundays to be a day to relax, like a day to do some stuff with family, read my Bible. Well, I mean, I read it every day, but like just be able to do those things slower and more enjoyably. That's what I would like from Sundays. So I would like to not do any work stuff on Sunday. And then we'll jump down to my number 9 and include this one too, because I feel like it kind of flows into that. And that is to treat my online stuff as a hobby. So I have 3 YouTube channels. I think I'm going to start posting on my homeschool one pretty soon again. And I'm just going to be posting when I have something to post. It's going to be really hard for me because I have this mentality since I started blogging that you pick a day, you pick a schedule, and you stick to it, and that's the only way to like succeed. And honestly, I haven't succeeded as much as people have promised when they said stick to a schedule. So maybe if I just do my own thing, that will make my life less stressful, more enjoyable, and who knows, maybe the success will come, maybe it won't, but it's not really coming anyway now, so like what do I have to lose? And I think that will be really good just for me to kind of take a step back and realize what is really important in my life. Okay, so now going back to what was my number 5, this is very confusing. I want to go on a book shopping road trip. So I think what this means is going on a road trip and doing a bunch of thrifting at different thrift stores in different towns around me, and like just mostly perusing their book section, because that's generally what I go to thrift stores for. And I think that would be fun to do. Either you just go drive an hour and go to one, or you go drive an hour and try to like hit up a few or something like that, make a day out of it. I would like to do at least one book thrifting shopping trip outside of my like normal realm. Now I'm totally out of order here. Now we are on to number 7. This is so organized. Maybe I should make number 10 to be organized. Number 7 is get dressed early each day. Between COVID and having another little one, I've definitely found it easy to just like stay in sweats all day, or just, you know, not really try. And I've been getting better with that, but I would like to get it even earlier and like every day. I feel like I feel so much more put together, and life feels better when I get dressed and, you know, get myself ready. But sometimes I just feel too lazy, and then I end up feeling lazy all day, and I just want to start the day out well. Okay, now we're on to number 8. Yeah, this is, probably should have spent a little bit more time on this. But honestly, this is a hobby. It's not a business, so It's okay that it's a little scattered. No one's paying me for this. Number 8 on here, I just wrote prayer. I would like to spend some more time like learning about prayer, praying in general, obviously, and just kind of coming up with a better like system on how to pray. I've tried a few different things. Sometimes they work for a bit. I feel like I'm in a different season now where I need to try something a little bit different on how to either like record the different things I'm praying for, reminders on when to pray, and I would like to just read some Christian nonfiction books about prayer. So if you have some suggestions, I don't have any ideas going into this. If you have suggestions for that, let me know. Yeah, okay, so I think those are my 9 ideas. I feel like I should have a 10th. Maybe if I looked through here, I could find a 10th. No, I think I'm just gonna stick with 9 for now. Maybe a 10th will come yet. Like I said, last year I only set my goals like 2 months after my birthday, so if I think of one that I can put on there in 2 months, that's fine, I can add that in. So really, most of these are not super, you're supposed to have SMART goals and they're supposed to be measurable. A lot of these aren't exactly measurable. I'm not going to be checking a box every Sunday I don't work. That's okay. I just want to try to improve my life, make sure that I'm focusing on who I should be focusing on, and my priorities are like in the correct order. And I feel like each year in January and in May and September are like my times to do that. So I hope my goals will help with that a little bit. So thanks so much for being here, guys. If you can tell me any way to help me on my goals, any tips, tricks, resources, suggestions, anything, let me know in the comments.